It was supposed to be just another lunch date. The sun was high over the city, casting a warm glow across the glass buildings and cafe terraces where people laughed over lattes and desserts inside Le Jardin, a high-end restaurant known for its calm ambience and gold-trimmed tables. A man sat alone at a corner table, impeccably dressed. Polished shoes reflecting the soft light, and a watch that could pay off someone's mortgage. His name was Ethan Cross, a 34-year-old tech millionaire who had built an empire from the ground up, but for all his success, he had failed miserably in love. He checked his phone again, glancing at the time 12:45. She was late, 25 minutes late, he sighed. Irritation creeping in the woman. His name was Mara Evans, a match his sister had arranged after months of convincing. Just give it one more try, Ethan. She'd said you never know who might surprise you. But as he watched the waiter refill his glass of water for the third time, all Ethan felt was regret for agreeing to this blind date. Then, suddenly, the restaurant's glass doors swung open. Every head turned. A woman stood there, completely drenched, covered in mud from head to toe, her hair tangled, her once white blouse stained brown. For a brief, stunned second, no one moved. Ethan blinked, unsure if he was witnessing a prank, but when she scanned the room with desperate eyes and spotted him, her face brightened with relief, and she walked right toward his table. Ethan, she said, breathless, trying to catch her breath as she wiped a smear of dirt from her cheek. I'm so sorry I'm late. People were staring. Some were laughing quietly. The restaurant manager was already walking over to ask her to leave. Ethan, embarrassed, stood up quickly. He didn't even let her finish her sentence. I think there's been a mistake, he said coldly. You must have the wrong person. But when he looked at her eyes, clear, hazel, trembling with embarrassment and exhaustion, something in him stopped. If you believe in kindness and second chances, make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to Love in Motion. Your support helps us bring more real stories to life. Mara's voice was shaky, but she tried to smile. No mistake, I'm Mara Evans. You're Ethan, right? I had an accident on the way here. My car skidded off the road near the construction site and I fell trying to get help. I almost turned back, but I didn't want to waste your time. The whole restaurant had gone quiet. Ethan's jaw tightened. His instinct told him to leave, to walk away before people started recording, but there was something disarming about her sincerity. She wasn't defensive or making excuses. She was just trying hard, even though everything was going wrong. Sit down, he said finally. You're already here. Might as well. She smiled gratefully, sitting on the edge of her chair as if afraid of dirtying it. Her hands trembled slightly as she picked up the menu. I swear I'm not usually like this, she murmured, half to herself. This day just turned into chaos. Ethan nodded, though his mind was elsewhere. He was still embarrassed, still aware of the whispers, but as the waiter returned, hesitant but polite, and took their orders, he noticed her hands again. They were rough, not manicured. Her clothes weren't designer, and even beneath the mess, he could tell she wasn't someone who lived in luxury. Yet her voice carried warmth and humor when she spoke. Bit by bit, the tension eased. She told him how she worked as a wildlife rescue volunteer while studying veterinary medicine part-time. It doesn't pay much, she said, but when you hold a hurt animal in your hands and it finally breathes steady again, it's worth everything. Ethan found himself listening, really listening, in a way he hadn't in years. Most of his dates had been with women who recited their achievements like bullet points or asked how much he made, but Mara didn't seem to care who he was. She didn't even mention his company. She asked about him, his late nights, his favorite music, his childhood dog he'd once had named Bruno. When she laughed, the sound was unpolished, pure, and without realizing it, Ethan started laughing too as the afternoon light filtered through the windows. Her muddy clothes no longer seemed ridiculous. They were proof of someone who didn't give up easily. He looked at her again, and this time he didn't see the dirt, he saw courage. Hours passed before they realized the restaurant was emptying out. Mara's phone buzzed. Her face fell. That's the tow truck driver, she said softly. My car's still in a ditch. I should probably go. Ethan reached across the table, taking her hand. Then maybe fate just needed a little mess to make something beautiful. The waiter approached with a smile. recognizing them, but this time there were no stares, no whispers, just warmth outside. The sun glowed gently over the city, just like that first afternoon. They stayed there until the evening light turned golden, their laughter blending with the music in the air for two people who couldn't have been more different. It wasn't wealth or appearance that brought them together. It was kindness, persistence, and the simple courage to show up, no matter how messy life got. Months later, Ethan sold part of his company and used the money to open a new foundation, one that helped people like Mara who worked selflessly for animals and the environment. He named it the Mudflower Project, saying, "Beauty can bloom even from the dirtiest beginnings and whenever." Reporters asked about the inspiration behind it. Ethan would smile and say, "It started with a blind date, a ruined outfit, and a woman who refused to quit." If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and share it with someone who still believes in love. Born from imperfection, subscribe to Love in Motion for more stories that prove kindness can change everything. Special request, comment below. Would you have stayed or walked away if someone showed up like Mara? Did your thoughts might inspire someone today?